We are on top of breaking news right now here on ABC 15, tracking some sort of police situation. This near 67th Avenue and Indian School in Phoenix. This is at the Parkwood Apartments.
That's right. We are continuing to gather details right now. This is some video from earlier of that apartment complex. We want to get to Guillermo Campillo. He lives in that apartment complex. Guillermo, thank you so much for taking some time to speak with us. What have these past 20, 30 minutes been like for you as someone who lives at that apartment complex?
Yeah, it's been like really, we've been like really nervous here. Like all the kids, we have them been down in the kitchen, making sure that they're safe. It's been like, I've been really nervous. There's been a lot of cops activities. I mean, they have fall rifles, K9 units and everything, so pretty crazy.
And you heard shots. Do we understand that, Guillermo? You heard some shots there?
Oh, yes, sir. We heard like over 10 shots. Like we were just watching TV, and then all of a sudden the shootout just break out, and everybody, you know, we just do the normal thing, just grab all the kids and, you know, get them in a safe place, make sure that nobody was hurt or anything.
Now, we've been looking at some of the images from our crews there on the scene, and we are seeing a heavy police presence, lots of officers there. What have you been told? Have the officers been coming by? What have they been telling you about this situation?
Well, so far they have not said anything besides stay inside the apartments, and I mean, they don't really let us out. They just check in all the balconies, make sure. I guess they're still looking for the guy. I'm not really sure. And besides that, they really haven't said anything. They're just evacuating some people that I see over the window. Right now, there was a female with the kid. They just took them out, you know, to retreat them to some safety.
And Guillermo, you kind of said that a gunfight broke out. Do you have any idea whether that came from the officers or whether it came from someone inside the apartment complex? Do you know?
I honestly do not know. To me, it just sounded like pistol fire, since I've shot before. We were just, like I said, we were just watching the movie, the TV, I mean, and all we heard just like the fire broke out, and I mean, we didn't really get a chance to see what was going on. The first reaction was to grab the kids, and we didn't really look at the window until like a little bit later that we heard that it stopped.
And you have young kids, Guillermo. Are they doing okay?
Yes, they're fine. That was the first thing that came into my mind. We just grabbed them and, you know, put them into safety. We just grabbed them and just put them in the kitchen on the floor.
Yeah, we were actually looking at a map when we first learned where this was actually happening at 67th Avenue and Indian School. You know, you mentioned you have young children. It appears that there's also several schools in that area, kind of close to you. For people who maybe aren't familiar with where this apartment complex is, where you're at, what's kind of around you?
Well, there's right out 67th and Indian School. I mean, there's some gas stations. There's a Fry's right across the street from the apartment complex, and there's a lot of businesses. And the other thing is, like, I mean, there's a lot of apartments in this area. I mean, there's a lot of kids around. And there's also like schools practically just down the street right now. They're in session, and I mean, I can't think like how they're dealing with this.
Yeah, we haven't heard word of any lockdowns specifically, but again, there are quite a few schools in that area. That was Guillermo Campillo talking to us from that scene of that police activity now.
Yeah, and happy to say he said that his young children are fine, that they're just kind of waiting this out until they get more information. Let's get out to ABC 15's Nick Van Zandt. He is live near that scene for us. Nick, what's going on where you are?
Well, right now we just got a very brief update from Phoenix Police, and what they say is that there has been a shooting inside of this apartment complex that you're looking at right behind me. The reason that they have so many people that are out here is because while they have been able to find and detain one person that was involved in that shooting, they are still looking for another suspect, possibly even more suspects that could be in this area. That's why you can hear the police helicopter that is above us. That is why you can see this very large police presence that is in this area. Now, what police are saying, they don't know exactly what led up to the shooting. They don't have any of that kind of information at this point. They do say, though, that one officer has been injured. He has very minor injuries. We don't know exactly what caused those at this point. But right now, what we've been seeing really in the last 5 or 10 minutes is just more and more officers that have been arriving up in this area and have been coming here because they are still searching for a suspect or suspects at this time. If you kind of look around, they have everything blocked off from essentially what is Indian School up to my left there, and then the most immediate, I think that might be Thomas, that's right down to what's my right towards the south. They have everything in that area that is blocked off. They are not officially evacuating people at this time. They're simply asking people to stay away from this area if they can. You can hear that police helicopter that is coming back around on top of us at this point. But just to recap that latest information, police have one person that has been detained. They are searching for at least one other, possibly more, that were involved in a shooting somewhere inside of this apartment complex. One officer has received minor injuries, but we don't know exactly how he was injured at this point. Back to you.
Nick, is that 67th Avenue right behind you?
Yes, yeah, that's 67th right behind me. We're actually at 67th and Clarendon, which is about as close as you can get to this situation right at this point. You can see how many officers are out here. I mean, you're talking at least a dozen that are in this immediate area, and then they have fanned out in basically what is just a square around this the two apartment complexes, because there's one to my right and then there's one to my left that are right here, and they're going over all of these at this point.
So 67th Avenue there between Indian School and Thomas. Just avoid the area as it is pretty restricted for travel there.
Yeah, all right. Nick Van Zant live on scene for us. Again, we are continuing to gather more information for you. We will bring it to you live either on air or that website, abc15.com. Also, the mobile app, great for constant updates throughout the day.